There. Okay, so we should be recording. And I'm going to share my screen. Pardon? And actually, for right now, I might mute people or not. I'll just leave it. Okay.
Hi.
All right, you should see what I see.
Go.
There we go. And I can move that. Sorry, I'm just figuring out. There we go. Okay, so this morning we have quite a few new coaches on our team, which is amazing, absolutely amazing that we have so many new coaches starting at the same time. And I wanted to create just a social media 101 kind of basic training to help everyone kind of get a handle on the tools that we all use and love instead of trying to figure it out for yourself. Because you might as well just use what everyone's using that works really well than experiment and waste your time on like different apps. And I feel like when you're a new coach, it's so easy to compare yourself to another coach in the network and be like, oh my gosh, she makes such beautiful graphics, or her Instagram stories are so like well thought out and displayed and like all these cool things that you think you can't do, and therefore you can't be successful, which is not true. It's just that we had a training like this and then we played around with it and learned what we could use. So I put together just like a guide for Instagram, email, graphics, basically all the tools that are like my go-to apps or my go-to websites that I use on a regular basis. So what button can I click here? There we go. Okay, so the whole point of this training here is to help you create, take risks, live with your passion, and have fun with it. You should be doing anything in this business that you don't find fun, and if it's not fun, you should change it and make it fun. So when you are creating a post for your challenge group, or when you're creating something to send out to new challengers, new coaches, people who are interested in free workouts, all of those things, they should be fun. Like I get lost in time when I get to create things. Like even this presentation was something I made on Canva, and you have fun doing it. It's not like it feels like work because you enjoy the creative outlet. And that's kind of the whole point of it. And when you look at your Instagram page, it should make you feel happy because you look at it and you see like, right? Like you should look and it should be aesthetically pleasing, anything you do. And that may be my personality type, but I like that. But at the same time, when I started off coaching, I had no idea how to do it. I was using like, I don't even know, just apps that were not user-friendly. And when I compared mine to someone else's, I was like, oh, mine looks so bad. I worked so hard on it because the apps just weren't the best. So here are 3 of your new best friends, if you haven't discovered them already, that you will see probably every coach using, and you just didn't know it maybe. The first one's Canva. So this presentation I made was on Canva. It's the image in the top left. You can design anything, like it says. So you can make, this is what I'll use to make posts for my challenge group. I'll use to make PDFs to send out, like my free workouts right now that I'm sending out with all the sample workouts and stuff is a PDF that I'm emailing out, made it using Canva. Presentations like this are for Canva. Presentations that I use even just to talk, like to make a YouTube video or whatever, like to have in the background, using Canva. Basically, Canva can do anything. So feel free, like that's one, you just go on, make a free account and play around with it. See what you can all do with it. You can upload your own pictures, super easy. You just drag them from your desktop into the program and then you can place them in there. Lots of different fonts. They've so many different like set up looks. It's very, very, very easy. Very easy. So take some time to play around with it. And again, you can use it for anything. The next one is Linktree. So you probably see people have Linktree in their profile. So if you go to a Beachbody coach, they'll have some kind of Linktree site, and you just have to edit your profile, and it actually has a little space, like your name, your description, and it has a space for like a website. Linktree is perfect. So mine's in the bottom. You get to pick your background color. You get to add buttons And then the buttons lead to links. So if you're ever talking about something on your Instagram, you can say, click the link in my profile and fill out this form. And it could be for coaching, a challenge group, free workouts, nutrition stuff, the recipe you just made. Like, you can link to whatever you want to. Here, click this link and I'll take you to the site where I bought my Lululemon pants. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's just like a way to have, you can link people to things. So I use that directly with Google Forms, which I have in the top right. And Google Forms is super easy. Again, these are all free. You can go to Google Forms and you make like a form, like a survey kind of thing. You can design the top and design all the questions it asks people. And then those are the links that I'll put in my link tree on my Instagram page. So that makes sense. And once you get playing around with it, you'll figure it out really easy. And these are things I did as like a new coach too. And I was like, I loved it because of how easy all three of these things are to do. So Google Form, here's another picture of it kind of closer up. It's a simple form to direct your followers to. Followers to. Basically, it's a super simple way to learn more about your followers, their past experience with fitness, their goals, what they're interested in. So you can always go to my profile, so sam.nicole.k, and go to my link tree, just click on some of my forms, copy them if you want to, like use the exact questions that I ask. It doesn't bother me at all. Go for it. But I just learn a little bit about people so that when I reach out to them, I already know what their goals are, and I already know their past experience with fitness, and I already know like why they filled out that form and contacted me. So I have like a multiple choice one, or like they check off the boxes, what they're interested in. And I have like so many options there just so I can get a feel for what they might like. Because again, it's our business to help people set them up with the very best package for them. And this just makes it way easier to be like, oh yeah, like based on what you filled out my form, like I know these are your goals. I know, like I relate to you because like I used to do that for fitness too. Like it just gives you some room to feel, felt, found. So I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I was going to the gym. I found this workout program super helpful, especially if your goals are this. So it just gives you so much background knowledge on a person. But yeah, you can tailor them however you want to. So yeah, go check out mine, what I have there, and you can kind of look at what I've done and make it for yourself, but super handy. The next one, so Canva, I kind of already said this. Canva is something I also used for my highlights cover on my Instagram. So that little like dumbbell on the pink square with the white circle, all of my Instagram highlights look the same, just with a new little black picture in the middle. And again, every coach does this differently, but Canva's the program that I use to do that. So I just made it, yeah, I made all of those to put into my highlights. The top one's like a challenge group post. I used it for banners. So if you have a team or a community, like we're Girls with Grit community, or Girls with Grit coaches, or Girls with Grit boot camps. So all of those pages have, what are these called? Cover photos. And Canva's the program that I use to make all my cover photos. So if you're on a group page or a team page, you're like, wow, I love that cover photo. Probably was made using Canva. So again, they have a template for that. Once again, learn by playing and make something. So today, make something for your challengers to send out to, or make something for people who say, yeah, I'm interested in some more info. Make a little PDF to send them, because when you do that, it takes all the like repetition and guesswork out of you typing up something every single time someone says they're interested. If you just have a PDF ready to send, you know they're getting quality information, and like it's just so easy, it's replicatable. You can just boom, send it out. Oh my God, the sun is changing directions. It's blinding me. Help! Sorry. We're gonna move over here. Slightly better. Okay. Oops, my banner's on the top. I can't see what I even put on this slide. Don't mind me. Oh, posting. There we go. Okay. Leading into posting, just because social media training involves that as well. Posting can feel stressful and daunting, like putting a picture on your Instagram and having a nice caption there. So I wanted to break it down for new coaches, because our job, like as a coach of new coaches, is just to inspire. Oh, sharing is pause. Bring your shared window to the front. Can you guys still see the background? Yeah, okay, I don't know what this is telling me then.
We can see the screen, but it still says Social Media 101 basic training. Like you're not moving with the, like it's not
scrolling down.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you were just talking about something. I was like, okay, maybe this is, but yeah, it's still on the main page.
That's it, yeah.
Ever move?
It's on the main page.
But forever?
Forever. We haven't seen like Canva, Linktree. If you had that in there, we haven't seen it.
What the heck? Hold on.
It's still on page 1.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna try this again. That's the saddest thing ever.
Well, you can always,
Have you seen?
Okay, now it's like us jumping.
This is so sad.
Great, take risks, live your passion.
Sorry.
And you didn't see that one before?
No, this is the first.
Okay, well, I talked about this one and moved on. I talked about this one.
Just roll slowly.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the one where I said, you guys will create, take risks, live with your passion, and have fun. That's all I said. Okay, here's the picture. So the top left, which I pictured too, that you didn't see, is Canva. Below it is Linktree, and then off to the right is the Google Forms. This is kind of what they look like. But that makes me sad. Everyone take it in. Okay. Google Forms closer. So that's what one of my forms looks like. Join our next online bootcamp. This one always stays the same because I'm always inviting people to join our next online bootcamp. So if I'm inviting to something, it's, hey, my next online bootcamp. So this is always up there. And you scroll, there's more questions. Canva, so this is the icon with the like little weight on it. So like what I use for my highlights, and then banners for my group pages, things like that, celebrating people in the group. Okay, here's where I was up to. So posting. Okay, so I have lots of tips here. So basically you want to feel inspired so that you, like, your job is to inspire yourself so you can inspire others. But you can't inspire others unless you're inspiring yourself, because this business is you. As a coach, your main job is yourself. It is working on your own mindset, your own fitness, your own nutrition, your own goals, your own confidence, and like growing as a human. That is your business. But then you take it one next level and you inspire others in the same way you just inspired yourself. So if you read a PD book and it really spoke to you, I'm just grabbing any PD book, it is now your job, now that you've worked on you, to take that information and inspire somebody else. And the best way to do that is in a post, because people can read it and you can relate to people, and that's how you build trust and community. And so I'm gonna go to the tips. Okay, so use your personal development book. So grow you first, then reflect and expand on a small idea. What I see with new coaches is they will make a broad post that says everything in one post. What we need to do is like narrow it down and pick one little area and expand on that area. So if you're like, I love coaching because blah, 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 all these millions of things, and then you post it and you're like, but I've already shared everything. And it's like, no, pick one thing from post, or one thing from your post, or one thing from your like reflection, and then expand on it. So instead of saying, here's the top 10 things I love about coaching, whatever, I'm just making this up, pick one thing. So if you're like, coaching has made me more accountable, end it at that, and then expand on that to make a post. Or pain points. This is one thing I did as a new coach, and I used it forever. I made a brainstorm, like a web teacher thing. I wrote pain points in the middle and then did like a web. So anything in the past with health, fitness, confidence, mindset, nutrition, all of those things. And I made a big brainstorm of my pain points. So that time I didn't want to go hot tubbing because I didn't want to wear a bathing suit. Or that time when I made, like, it could be anything. I remember when, or it could be just reasons why you're doing this. like things you want to feel, things you don't want to feel, things that have happened in the past, things that are like pain points are huge because it's not just you. And when you share those things, that's when people relate to you, send you all the hearts, and start to trust you. And it's catharsis, which I know it sounds super scary because with all of those posts, I've like had it all typed out, hit post, toss my phone, run away, freak out. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I shared that. And you panic a little. And then when you like have the bravery to get your phone back and all these people liked it and commented, and then people message you and you're just like, okay, like that wasn't so scary. And the more you do that, like the more it takes the power away from it. So if you have a story that's holding you back, like a limiting belief about why you're not good enough, and then if you share that to the world, which I know is scary, it takes the power away from that moment, and you can now step out of it and grow, if that makes sense. So brainstorm those pain points, and as you move on, you can use those, and then it takes the power away from your past, and you just step into your future fabulous you. Another one that you can post is, what does the old you need to hear? So think about yourself before you started Beachbody. Think where that girl was, those thoughts, those habits, or lack of habits and routine, and speak to that person and say, I know how you feel, I know where you are, I know where you've been, and then give them that solid advice, like whatever that might look like whatever you needed to hear before all of this. And who can you like relate to? So if you're a nurse right now, there's a lot of people out there who can relate to you. Teachers, students, people that live in apartments, people that have dogs, people that have young kids. Who is like your tribe that's going to relate to you? And speak to them, help them, provide value to them. Teachers was my audience for like the majority of the start of my coaching business, because my story was that I started working full time and all of my energy went to my day. And then by the time I got home from teaching, I was exhausted and wanted to do nothing. So like that was my audience, because I could relate to them. Be like, I know how it feels to come home and just want to sit on the couch all night because you're mentally exhausted from dealing with 25 kids. So who can relate to you? I remember Ben as a good starter, or has anyone else, or is it just me, or I cannot believe that. So any kind of post starters that can get you telling a story, because you're going to find the most power in sharing a story. So you can start with a quote or start with the words of the author that you're reading that made you reflect, but then transition into a story of your own. So that's what I do. And I highlight the crap out of my books, and I'll just look and see what I highlighted. This is all in yellow, so you probably can't see it. And then I'll pick like one line I highlighted and be like, ooh, powerful, and then reflect it onto myself. And that's how I build them. And then provide value. So if you're making homemade salad dressings, if you're making healthy snacks because you're working from home, if you're incorporating a new routine or a new habit, and if it's working for you, it'll be valuable for somebody else. So share those things. And those can be in the post or in your Instagram story. I know Shanique, I'm just picking her off the top of my head. If Shanique makes a healthy snack or is in the doing meal prep or something, she'll take a picture of herself like in the kitchen with her meal prep or with her snacks or with whatever, and share that. And then the first picture is a nice picture of her. Next picture could be the recipe. Like, right? You want that first picture to be a pretty picture because that's the picture that shows up on your Instagram feed. But the pictures after that can be words, text, like any kind of value that you want to toss in there. And that could be the same with anything. Like I have a post that I did with all my favorite PD books, and it's a nice picture, but it has like all the books in it. Anything like that, anything that you can provide value. I did a little star at the bottom for photos, because that's always my struggle. I have all these words I could say, but I'm like, ugh, I don't have any photos right now. If you look nice, go outside, get in front of a window, like natural lighting, set a timer, change your outfits, as silly as that sounds, but you're going to thank yourself when you have something to say and then you have a picture to put with it. So yeah, take some nice photos. If you're ever on a trip, be like, hey, friend, want to take some pictures of me? Or yeah, the self timer on your phone though is wonderful. Like just do like reverse camera, portrait mode, timer for 10 seconds, hit it, hang it up on a tree. I like literally any picture that you see of me outside, I mostly have a shoe on the hood of my car that I'm leaning my phone on.
and then I walk away from my vehicle. So I park in the wilderness, put my phone on a shoe or in a shoe or balance it on my mirror, and then I walk away and take pictures. So whatever, you'll do whatever. Like, it looks silly, but at the same time, that's your branding, that's your marketing. Like, you're your own photographer, you're your own everything in this business. So just have fun with it. And if someone walks by, just be like, meh, they'll never see me again in their life. So I don't care how weird I look right now.
Unless you live in a small town.
Yeah, which I do. Sometimes I'm like, they probably follow me on Instagram, and that's okay. They'll be like, I saw her take that picture. It was really awkward. Anyways, too funny. So yeah, get those posts out there, because when people see a post, then they interact with the post, and then your stories show up at the top of your page. So if you're posting a lot on your Instagram story, that's great, but you'll always be at the back of that whole thing of everyone's stories unless they like a post of yours. So you have to engage them with a post and then share on your stories. So the more you can do that, the better. Plus, it's like your storefront. When people first follow you or hear about you or look at your story and go to your page, your Instagram feed is your storefront, and it should speak to who you are. So you should have a little bit of everything on there. You should have selfies, your friends, hobbies. Like, they should be able to look at it and be like, okay, I know where this girl, like, I kind of get a feel for who this person is. All right. Okay, Instagram stories. Now we're moving on to the stories. So that one was posts, your actual feed, your storefront. What am I even hearing right now? Sorry, it makes me laugh. I feel like I'm picturing, because I can't see everyone, I'm picturing a kid going, doo, doo, doo. Anyways, we're good. I don't think it's you, because you're muted. Anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, Instagram stories. The more the merrier. So when it comes to posts, do once a day or once every 2 days or whatever you're comfortable with. They don't have to be like often. I mean, for some people, once a day sounds super often, for myself included. Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Sorry, I'm just creeping who I'm hearing. Oh, maybe that was it. Sorry, guys. I'm pausing for 1 sec here. Eek, I lost my mouse. Okay, anyways, the more the merrier. So your Instagram story, you can show up as much as you want. You can follow someone like Kim Fitzpatrick, who literally has like 50 stories a day, or you can follow, I don't know, I probably have between 10 and 20 a day, I would guess. But you can share workouts, your morning routine, nutrition, recipes, meal prep, health and fitness tips, your personal development, your family, dog, pets, kids, hobbies, interests, funny everyday things that you happen to capture. Or if something happens to you and then you're in your Jeep after, just laugh about it with your Instagram. TV shows, it's sad and amazing how many people I've connected to because of The Bachelor, because they all know it's Bachelor Monday. They know where I am. So TV shows, your face. So this is a huge and daunting one, and I put it in capitals. Your face is powerful. So talking on your phone, using your face. And if you go to Instagram, there is something called hands-free mode, which some people might enjoy. So if you ever see someone who's talking and that you don't see their arm like reaching out and you're like, how do they do that? Because I know I used to wonder. If you go to the bottom where it says normal and you can like scroll over to boomerang mode, at the very end, there's one called hands-free, and you hold it down for 3 seconds. It's a timer, and then it just starts filming. And I do that for workout clips too. But anyways, get your face in there. So if you're mixing your Energize, do hands-free mode and just talk while you're mixing your Energize. And it could be anything. Like you can talk about, okay guys, really don't feel like working out today, I'm mixing this up because I know I have to move my body. Or alternatively, you can be like, oh my God, I'm so excited to do my 10 rounds workout, and this is gonna make me even more hyped. Or don't even acknowledge the Energize and just talk while you're like doing it, or talk while you're doing meal prep or whatever. Anything that shows your face, because then you interact as a real human, and they get to know you so much better than just hearing your voice and seeing your meal prep. Looking at you doing your meal prep is like a whole other level. let them see your face, talk to your following. Okay, and another thing that I've started doing, because I watched a training on it, in your posts and in your stories, is to use tags and hashtags. And the hashtags, you can hide them. So if you type in some hashtags, you can shrink, and then like they're invisible. But if people are looking at hashtags, they'll pop up on that hashtag story. And then at people as well, Aritzia, Lulu, Softmock, that's what I did yesterday. And I did get likes from all those companies too, but it shows up on their stories. So it's just a good way to like expand your following, hopefully a little bit, by doing that. Use the features. So Instagram has an algorithm and they like you to use their things. For example, there's brand new boomerangs. They came out yesterday as I was walking my dog. I went to post a boomerang and I was like, what's happening? There's like a slow-mo one, the one that happened with Piper yesterday. She's like all faded walking back. There's like a super fast one or like a bouncy one. So there's different boomerangs. And the creator content filters. So I don't know, it didn't show up on this screenshot because I did it on the internet, but my stories will either use the cream filter or the milk filter, which sounds weird, but they're things. And to get a filter on your story, for those of you who are new to that, anyone you're following who uses a filter, you can click on the top of their story and then it will say like try effect or save effect. So if you hit save, then it now becomes one of your own filters on the bottom. So just like you can filter your Instagram with like whatever the ones they come with, when you find, wow, just stutter. When you find a creator one, you can save it and then you can use it. And if you don't like it, you can delete it after. So that's really cool. So just follow a bunch of people, or like as you're following people on Instagram, and if you like a filter someone uses, save it, try it out for yourself. Polls, quizzes, the music options, stickers, like all of that stuff will put you higher in the algorithm. Instagram likes it when you use those things. So don't just take like the same type of stories all the time, but use all the things that they have provided. Sorry, I'm just getting out of that thing. They look so comfortable. They are. Those are my slippers, but I have two pairs. I have my indoor slippers and then my lake slippers that I just wear around, like at the cabin and stuff outside. Oh, I should have read this. Is your PowerPoint supposed to be? It's still on the main page. Oops. Anyways, what Shanique said. Me just not checking the chat. Okay. Hold on. Eek. Okay. So using social media to invite, featuring Cassie and Shanique. Just kidding. Okay. So there's kind of 3 points I wanted to make here. The first one, public invites. So if you ever hear someone say a public invite, that is an invite where you're just like inviting your entire following at the same time. So call to actions, that could be like comment below your email if you want more information, or that could be a poll where it's inviting to your next boot camp, like who's interested, like raise your hand or like this, or who needs whatever. Drop your email below, sharing about groups, talking on your story and being like, hey, like it's the end of March and our spring boot camp is on fire. So we're continuing right into April. I've now set up our new enrollment. I have a form, go to my profile, click on it. Like that's a public invite. You're just talking to everybody and inviting everybody. They work, but they do not work as well as private invites. So you can public invite all you want, but your traction will probably be on the low side. Where the magic happens is in those private invites. Invite people who are watching, liking, commenting on your stories and posts. And the more you share, this is huge. If you're taking notes, bold this. But the more you share, the more they're already going to know. So the less questions they're going to have, the less objections they're going to have. And you're going to create FOMO so that when you invite them, they're ready to join. Like they're not going to have questions. They've watched you do this. They know what it's about and they have a little bit of FOMO, but they don't reach out to those public invites because they don't think you're a real human yet. They still think it's a weird thing with some girl on Instagram. Like there's some disconnect because a lot of people aren't on, like they don't understand social media the same that we do as coaches. So they're not going to reach out to you, but when you reach out to them, so many times people are like, yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'm really interested. And it's like, well, then why haven't you clicked on a poll in ever, right? Like they just don't. Like they think about it in their head and then click, they move on and then they forget about it. Or because Instagram has like, it times out, right? And then, oh, now they're on to the next person's post and they just totally forget that they were even like, that's cool, because the moment was fleeting. So you have to send those private messages to actually invite people. And again, the more the merrier on your Instagram story, because then people know what the heck you're doing and what's going on. Yeah, create that FOMO, but provide value, inspire them, talk on your story so they know you as a human, so that when you reach out, it's not weird, because they feel like they already know you. That's the big thing, is that the more you talk and share, they feel like they already know you, so it's not weird when you reach out to them. And the last one, we're sharing something, like we're sharing a lifestyle, we're sharing a community, we're sharing habits, routines, structure, like all of those good things. We're not selling them something. It's not like you sell it and you're like, peace out, bye, like enjoy your lipstick. It's like you're sharing to be a part of this. So make sure that that's how you're leading it. Like, don't share, just remember, we're not selling something. So it's your stories and stuff should never come off like you're trying to sell somebody, because that's not as attractive as I want to share this opportunity for you to do this with us, right? Like there's a difference between, hey, you should buy a challenge pack, and hey, you should be a part of our boot camps because they're so much fun and you're going to get so much out of it. And you can be a part of this with us, right? Like, just think of your wording sometimes, because you don't want to come off as someone who's selling. You want to come off as someone who's like sharing and like inviting someone to a group, right, of this amazing community. So that's that. And we're near the end, which is perfect. So I think I'm running out of time. Okay. So basically document your journey. This is on your posts. This is on your story. This is everything. Document your journey, find your brand. What we mean by that is like, who are you? Like, what are, like, some coaches have like that color scheme or those filter schemes. What makes you you? Because your vibe truly attracts your tribe. I can honestly say our tribe is all like, we're similar but different because there's similarities that connect you, right? Like, but whatever you're putting out there, coaches so often say, if you're speaking to the old you, the you that was unmotivated, the you that was this, you'll attract those people and it can become exhausting. So make sure that you're also showing the you that you want to be, because then you'll start attracting those people too, right? If your vibe will attract your tribe. So the energy you're putting out, you'll attract that energy. So make sure you've got some positivity sharing with all those pain points, like how you came to a solution, because then you'll get people that are ready to find a solution, if that makes sense. Filters, presets, I spelled that wrong. Those will come with time. So if you're looking at my page and you're like, she has like a solid preset through her whole thing, don't panic on that right now. That can come with time. Right now, you just have to focus on getting your material out there. So I don't care how pretty it is necessarily, as long as you're actually posting, you're actually showing up on your story, because you have to build that trust first anyways. People aren't going to sign up with you because your page looks pretty. They're going to sign up with you because of what you're putting out there. So right now, just decide, what can people expect on your page? So maybe your theme is sweating for the wedding, or shift work, or student life, mom life, dog mom, working from home, Bachelor and T-Swift, your morning routine, new habits and routines, new recipes, quick and easy meals, home decor, outfit of the day, Piper's daily selfie. So clearly some of those are mine. But what can people expect to see on your page? And a lot of trainings will say pick 5. So clearly for myself, it used to be sweating for the wedding. That was my number one when I started as a coach. Everything I talked about and did was sweating for the wedding. And then I shifted. So now I'm clearly Bachelor and T-Swift, Piper's daily selfie. My morning routine, I didn't put that on there. Oh yeah, I did. Morning routine, dog mom. What would my other one be? Now it's working from home, and kind of new recipes, because I'm sharing quite a bit of recipes these days. But kind of pick your 5, and they don't have to be just those. Like, sky's the limit. Pick your things. But there should be about 5 things, like 5 different tribes that you're kind of attracting to your page. Okay, and then let's not forget about coaching. This is our last one. We got 2 minutes. It is essential to share what you do as a coach. So all those other things we just talked about are amazing and great. That's your foundation. But if you really want to grow in this business, you can't forget about coaching. So you need to be sharing about things like coaching and coffee. So if you haven't already taken a picture, if we have time, we'll do a boomerang, but take a picture and have that on your story and be like, hey, it's Sunday morning and I'm hanging out with my coach friends via Zoom, because that is the way of life these days. 6 a.m. club, if you're waking up and working out with our coaching crew at 6 a.m. or whatever time your team might be doing their workouts. Tuesday team calls, power hours, any coach training you're doing, how coaching's holding you accountable. It's my job to work out. It's my job to find healthy recipes. I repeat that to myself all the time when I'm lazy. I'm like, Sam, it's your freaking job. Get up and work out. Or I'm like, it's your job. Figure out what you're going to make for supper tonight that isn't ordering pizza, right? New challengers. Anytime you sign up a new challenger, new coach, like shout them out on your page. Show how you're getting them into training. And then our online boot camps and posts. You can screen share on your phone. Another technology tip. Drag down, at least on my phone, you drag down and hit record, and then it has a countdown, and you just record exactly what's on your screen. And then that's what I use to share on my story, how I'm checking in with my accountability group. And then new online boot camps and posts. So take a picture of yourself creating a post that you're putting into your Challenge Tracker app, or take a picture of the Challenge Tracker app and be like, I love today's post in our accountability group. But share all that coaching stuff too, because again, you don't want to turn away people who would be amazing coaches, because let's be like, again, I always say it, but coaching is the reason I am where I am, because I'm 100% accountable and invested because I'm a coach. So we don't want to not provide the opportunity to other people to join as a coach and have the same kind of lifestyle and community and crew, because we all know it's way more powerful than just challengers. But okay, less than a minute. Does anyone have comments, questions, things to add quickly? And you can always comment below when I post the recording and stuff too, to see Cassie and her phone. Yeah, so hopefully that works. Oh, okay, we're good. Yay! Okay, let's see if we can make, I'm gonna run out of time by the time I change this, but we'll see. Please don't kick me out until I stretch this. Okay, I'm gonna try to take a little Abuma unless I'm cut off. Okay, in 3, oh God, 2, 1.